Hey there tech fans, in today's video I'll be testing two features for the SkyRover X1 that most people are curious about: return to home, and more specifically precision landing. And the second feature is obstacle avoidance, and is the bypass feature as good as some other drones? Now, I know there's a lot of speculation out there about this being a clone of the Mini 4 Pro, and honestly, there are a lot of features in this drone that mimic what the Mini 4 Pro can do, so I wanted to test those features because the Mini 4 Pro is known for precision landing and an incredible feature called APAS, which is a bypass feature that allows you to fly through the woods at speed and dodge all the obstacles out there while it continues on its path. So I don't know how good this one is with precision landing or obstacle avoidance, but I'm going to test both of those. So first, I'm going to head out in the field. I'll launch the drone up to 100 feet or so. I'll send it way out, and I'll see when it comes back, once I trigger the return to home, how close it comes to landing on the mat that it took off from. And then I'll follow that up with a crash avoidance test out in the pine barrens to see if it can dodge those trees as I fly into the forest. So stay tuned, we'll head out and do the return to home first. Okay, for this test, I've got the SkyRover X1 sitting on the mat right over there, and my plan is to lift off, head downfield a couple hundred feet, maybe I'll keep it up at around 100 feet in height, and then I'll manually trigger the return to home. The drone should fly back and land pretty much where it took off, so let's get started. Let me start a recording real quick so I can keep an eye on it from the drone's perspective. Sounds good. Spin up the props. Okay, we're all ready to go. Let me lift off and head downfield. Now I'm going to go down about, 150, 200 feet, and I'll take it up to about 100 feet in the sky. All right, so we're right at 200 feet distance, and I'm right at that 100-foot level. So now to trigger the return to home, I'm going to hit this button and hold it for a second. Hear that beep? All right, right now the drone is spinning back towards me. It's already over the return to home height, so it's heading back. Looks like it's right on the money. It's hard to tell. I'll line it up as soon as it gets closer. Flying back at a pretty good clip. Now it's over top of the mat. It's a little bit off, it's a little bit far this way, and it's starting to descend. Actually, no, I'm wrong. It actually spun to face the direction it was facing when it took off. And now it's descending. Now let's see how close it gets to the mat. I'm sure it's gonna come close, but I wanna see if it lands right on that H. Boy, that's gonna be close. That's really hard to tell, but it looks like it's right on the money there. Man, that's nice. Here we go. It's making a small adjustment there at the end, and it's moving over slightly. Boy, I'll tell you, that's right on the H. I don't know how you make it any better than that. So for me, precision landing, it's thumbs up. It's working great. So I think the SkyRover has got a lot of hidden features that people don't realize, and I'm really, really liking this drone. Okay, so there's your answer on return to home and precision landing. Now this next test is one of my favorites. It's where I take the drone and I head down to a really crowded forest, and I fire that drone into the forest without moving the joystick, just pushing forward on the joystick and letting the drone detect the obstacles in that forest and find a path between them. Now, other drones have the ability to look at an area in front of the drone and determine where the holes are that the drone can fit through. It knows where the obstacles are. Most drones can do crash avoidance. But bypass mode on this drone should be able to identify the holes between those trees and navigate a path to get through that forest. So I'll head down and take a look at the forest first. I'll take a couple of passes. I'll do one that's really easy where there's not a lot of bramble, and then I'll send one into a really crowded section of the forest to see how well it can navigate that complex environment. So stay tuned for that. With this first test, I tried to keep things simple, so I found an area of the forest that wasn't too complicated, but I wanted to send the drone into the woods pointing directly at that tree. So watch what happens when it starts flying and recognizes an obstacle. It jogs left. Now it's heading for another tree, it jogs right, and it's heading directly for this tree, and again, it slides to the right to find an open area. This next test is a little bit more complicated. I was trying to shoot the gap between those two trees, and the drone said, nope, I can't fit through there, and it slid to the right, sees another tree, slides to the left, tries to find a gap between those two trees, and it can't, so it slides to the left, but it finds one there and flies right between them, and now it's got a big obstacle in front of it, so it stops. In this last test, I wanted to really take it up a notch, so I flew into the forest and made a hard right turn right here to see if I could crash it on purpose, and it flew past those trees. Now it found another gap, and it's flying into a really gnarly area in the woods. I can't believe that it's navigating with all those tiny branches around it and everything else until it gets to a point where it can't go any deeper. Actually, I got scared and stopped flying it. But watch this next part, which I think you're going to find incredible. All I did was pull back on the joystick, and the drone flew backwards out of the woods while it navigated around all those obstacles. Now, it slowed down there because it's really complicated, but I was blown away by how well it navigated in reverse using nothing more than sensors. I think this test pulling out of the woods is absolutely incredible. Okay, that was really impressive, and I had no idea that the SkyRover X1 was that good at obstacle avoidance. And not just obstacle avoidance, it didn't just stop when it saw a tree. I had it in bypass mode, which means the drone was able to navigate that complex environment and find a path through the woods. Now, I know a lot of people compare this to the Mini 4 Pro, and to me, that Mini 4 Pro was absolutely amazing with its obstacle avoidance capabilities. I almost feel like they have Martian technology in that drone, but I have to say, this one, to me, was as good as the Mini 4 Pro in bypass mode. Mini 4 Pro is A-Pass, on this one it's bypass mode, so the more I test it, the more I'm starting to lean to a lot of DJI IP in this drone. Now I've got another clip coming where I explain what I mean by that, but for today, both the return to home with the precision landing and the bypass mode, which is advanced obstacle avoidance, were absolutely incredible. So I hope you found this review helpful. I've enjoyed flying it. I've got a few more clips coming, so stay tuned for those. And until next time, as always, happy flying.